Hello, everybody. This is Boxing Bros UK. This is my co-host Andrew, the Boxing Brain.
Hi, Chris.
And
Hi, guys.
today's topic is a fight review of Martin Bakole versus Jared Anderson. Well,
Yep.
take it away, Andrew. Take it away, mate.
Oh, well, oh God, I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to start. Well, first of all, I think again another kind of American hyped up heavyweight, the next best thing. I think everyone here in the UK knew he's a bit of a cult figure, Martin Bakole over here, but the sparring stories. But we know he's good. But I guess we'll go into it as the video goes on. But just the overall feeling from the fight was sort of man versus a boy. It looked like a boy just being slapped around the ring, just thrown around the ring. Bakole looked super confident, gave him a little wink at the end of the fight. I noticed as well, almost to sort of say, look, you weren't ready for that, son. Go away, hit the gym. Bad matchmaking from Top Rank. But then at the same time, we go, this is the thing though, we go, oh, bad match, mate, which it was, but then we also want to see those fights. So I don't really know how I feel on it. I'm kind of a bit 50-50. So, yeah. Where do you want to begin, Chris?
Well, it's just like, I think Anderson, he just couldn't do anything. He had, his power is obviously not that great because Bakole didn't really use any head movement, not really blocking. He was walking forward as Anderson's punching him in the stomach, jabs to the body, and then a shoot. So it's like basically Bakole was taking a shot to give a shot because he knows he hits fucking harder. So Anderson was jabbing him to the body and he was fucking jabbing his head off and smacking him up, hitting him with the uppercuts. First round, boom.
Like, it was hard to watch. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
It was hard. I actually found it hard to watch.
I think Anderson, he did have a few good rounds, to be fair to the lad. He got up, so he showed that he got a bit of dog in him. He got up, he had a few rounds where he was like doing in and out sniper fighting, but then sometimes when I think he got his confidence a bit and then started trying to have a tear up, and then it was like, oh shit, that was a bad idea.
Yeah.
He was smacked up. Yeah. And but I think bad matchmaking because he's only 24 and he proved that in his fights, he didn't show anything that he's ready to step up. You step the fighter up when they have good performances. You don't step them up when they have shit performances.
Good point. Good point. Charles Martin. Charles Martin is, people see it like, I know, because how we think of Charles Martin over here is he got absolutely sparked by AJ, but he's actually an half-decent fighter, tricky southpaw, long, tall. He's not a bad boxer, Charles Martin, right? People need to remember that a little bit. And he didn't look great against Charles Martin, but as you say, he would have needed one or two, maybe more of that kind of level of fight. This is the bizarre thing. Like, I don't know if Top Rank, I know there was a lot of stuff around YouTube about Top Rank and his management team were a bit annoyed with his behaviour. I think they were sending him out into Shark Festival to say, look, right, let's see where you're at. Let's see if you're any good. I don't know if there's any truth to that. I'm just throwing that out there. But to me, it looked like he was thrown to the wolves because I was even sensing all day, like all this week, I was looking at him and he didn't look confident to me. There was something a bit off and I didn't know if I was reading into it. And then he just looked out of his depth, like he needed a few more years' experience in the professional ranks. That's what it looked like.
Yeah, it definitely does. And he's just like, I don't know, his attitude, like when he's at the press conference and Jerome Miller was mugging him off, like really bad. Like,
that was funny.
It's not, but it's not like, it's like he's got no, you don't have to start mouthing off and be like Tyson Fury or Wilder and all that going crazy, but at least defend yourself a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Don't just sit there like a dickhead. Look with your head down. Do you know, like it's just like crazy.
Just like that, when he
just didn't really engage, and then he's saying he wants to retire in 3 years as soon as he wins the a title. He's crying to Roy Jones.
Yeah, what's all that about? What's all that about? That's weird.
Like, it's just not. You're 24. You want to retire when you're like 27, 28. He's just. I feel like he's just not in. He doesn't love boxing. He doesn't love it, and he ain't good enough to say, "Oh, I don't really love it, but I'm good at it, so I can make lots of money." Because he's just not. And like Bakole he just walked through. He didn't really use any really skills. Just walked him down and put a hurting on him. It was bad. His team was going to throw the towel in before the ref stopped it. They had the towel in.
Yeah. When I was watching it with Josh and his dad didn't know it. He was like, "Who is this Bakole?" Like he didn't know too much about him, and he was like, "Jesus Christ, who is this guy? 6'6", strong, slapping him about." He was sort of really impressed. He was like, "Bloody hell!" And I think it is one of them. Now he's on the map now. But it was strange, because I know Bakole has that style, like he leaves his left hand down, but he just almost like, and I know that's his style to a degree anyway, but I think he felt a couple of Anderson shots and he thought, "Oh, yeah, okay." And then he thought, "Right, I'm just going to pick my shots now." And he was very accurate. He's got that very long jab, very long, hard hitting jab. And he's kind of, there was a few people, in the commentary are going, he's got that almost that George Foreman like quality, and I can see that. I can see that. Punches in volumes, clubbing sort of power. He's a real problem in the division, Chris. He's dangerous.
Yeah, for sure. He needs to work on his defense a little bit, because you ain't walking through AJ or like Dubois or anyone like that. Do you know what I mean? And
no.
If he wants to fight Usyk, like you're gonna have to catch him, and he's gonna be pinging you all over. Like, obviously, I don't want to piss on his parade. He's really good fighter, great performance, but you're not going to be walking down elite heavyweights. Anderson was just like and as well. You know how he was trying to emulate what Michael Hunter did, but the thing is, it was working for a few rounds. That was 5 years ago. What the fuck are you doing? Like, you can't base something on I'm similar to Michael Hunter, so he beat him, so I'll just do that and I'll beat him. That's what it seemed like he thought he could do, and that was 5 years ago. You need to look at people's last fights. You think they had improved in 5 years when they've been on a winning streak? Like, it's like everything was just wrong. Everything was just wrong for Anderson in that fight. Bad matchmaking, overconfident, and I think maybe because Americans are a bit like, even though they don't even like their boxers sometimes, booing or whatever, but they're so arrogant that they just think, "Oh, if it's not in America, then it's not really that great." So they didn't care about Bakole. I got beat by Michael Hunter. He's probably shit, and he's based in the UK. Like, they didn't really do their research. Yeah, slept on him. We tell you what, we called it.
If I'd have been a bit more confident, but I don't have loads of money to throw around. I need to be careful with my money. I should have been laughing all the way to the bank. I should have stuck 100 quid on Bakole, right? Because of all this hype around Anderson, some of the odds I was looking at were like mad. I was thinking, what? I should have powers of conviction and had a punt, mate. I don't know why I didn't, but there we are. But
I don't get why it was like the odds were like that though. Like, Bakole's like, forget the sparring stories. He's had better wins. He's fucking bigger. He hits harder. Like, he's a serious problem. Like, I don't understand why. Yeah,
it's just like bloody hype, isn't it? Yeah.
What's Anderson done to, like, be so great? He hasn't done fuck all. They shouldn't have got him to fight Bakole.
No, I think when you're 24, decent amateur pedigree. You're a prospect. You're a young man. All right, your behaviour, and there's some frustrating things going on. There's a mentality issue, but when your record has got Rudenko, Merry, Jerry Forrest, Charles Martin, you're going from sort of like this kind of mid to low tier level, and then you're going to Bakole, who's about 2 levels above that, and it's like, well, I mean that's what's going to happen, really, And in the heavyweight division, you can't be. Yeah, it was just. I think it was ultimately inevitable But there was a guy in the comments, so I commented on G-Man's post-fight reaction, who got the videos out really early. And I said about, you know, this what is this delusion with the Americans? And an American guy actually messaged back and said, you know, Americans struggle to be objective when it comes to their own sportsmen. It's like they're emotionally involved. Like they can't, they're like, oh no, he's the second coming of Jesus. You know, you know, they don't get it.
No, but it's true. And even some of the boxing experts, I'll tell you who's bad for that. Teddy Atlas. He pisses me off. Like, I can't watch any of his interviews.
Shocking.
He always gets it wrong. He always bets against the Brits, and he hates Anthony Joshua. He thinks he's going to lose all the time. Like he was even picking Ngannou to beat AJ. Like
I think he picked Anderson, Chris, to win, didn't he? He picked Anderson to get the job done, didn't he?
He always goes against us. Like, and he's most 9 times out of 10 he's wrong. So, you know, like he even picked Wilder to beat Fury.
What I don't get about is, you know, he was a brilliant trainer. You know, I always remember that Povetkin speech, you know, in that fight, you know, and knows he's been around boxing all his life, right? He knows far more about boxing than I do, and a lot of people do. And yet sometimes on those podcasts, he just seems to talk absolute twaddle. And I don't know if he's doing it for reaction or what. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
And it takes ages to get to the point as well. He starts fucking talking about shit that's got nothing to do. Well, yeah, you see, if you're getting on a bus and you go into the town,
he goes around the houses, doesn't he?
Yeah,
goes around the houses about 15 times.
I can't stand watching it. I used to watch it sometimes, and then I used to put it on to turn myself to sleep. So for real, put it on and close my eyes and send me to sleep.
Great man in Bakole, had a great career, but he does go on too much. But yeah, I think about Bakole's defence as well, like you were saying earlier, which he obviously needs to shore up because he leaves that left hand really low, doesn't it? Because he was stalking him. You could see him almost leaning in, looking at him, going, "Come on in, what you got?" And he was just he looked like he was having too much fun in there, Bakole. And I guess when he comes in against an AJ or an elite operator, I'm sure that style will be adapted a little bit, and his defence will be. I'm sure, but it was almost like he didn't respect really anything Anderson had to offer, and then Anderson wanted to engage a fair bit, which I didn't think was a good idea. I'm not saying he had to run away all night, but he wanted to sort of engage with him, and there was such a difference in power. Like every time Anderson was catching Bakole, it was like going up against a Yeti with a bloody little with a little catapult and a small rock. You know, I'm trying to think of an analogy. And every time Bakole landed on Anderson, it was like a bowling ball hitting a fucking like small boy. It was just like
the difference is difference. But that's what I mean. Like, who's his coach? Who's Anderson's coach?
It's where he got Sugar Hill in for the night, didn't he? Sugar Hill was
just for that. Oh,
I believe so. I believe, but I mean, what do you make of that?
Or what did Sugar Hill not train him for the whole camp? Or
yes, I believe Sugar Hill was for this camp. Yes, that's from what I gather. That's what was going on. But long term, I'm not sure.
Because even his speech at the end, I thought I was doing all right. What, you got fucking put on your ass in the first round? Like, what do you mean you thought you was doing all right? And you only won a couple of rounds, and every time he hit you, he hurt you. Like, and I'm just glad I'm going home to my daughter. It's like he's not taking boxing serious because he's a manager, he's a coach. He's like, because he was so green, he was trying to have a tear up with a guy that's hits harder than you. He's massive. So don't stand there and try and have a tear up with him because you're going to lose every time. And obviously, he just wasn't ready for that fight. And if he had a proper coach, like long term, they would have been like, nah, we don't want that. So they do the research on the fighter. They won't just say, yeah.
And also, Chris, right, as a well-trained personal trainer, you got your qualifications in strength and conditioning. I've been in and out of the gym for 20 years, right? I got a lot stronger in my mid 30s. You know, I was lifting heavy. I felt stronger. I mean, I'm 40 now. I'm on the wrong side. I'm on the decline. But you know, I remember when I first started training in my early 20s. You know, it took a What the point I'm getting to here? Otherwise, I'm doing a Teddy
man
Atlas.
strength.
You know, Jaron Anderson hasn't got his man strength yet, right? Your testosterone level's still increasing throughout your mid to late 20s, right? You know all this, I know.
Yeah.
So he hasn't got that. He hasn't got, you know, Bakole is a 6'6", 19 stone, strong, been in around the gym for years. You know, it was just such a chasm of difference. It was just a bad timing for Anderson. It's as simple as that, really.
Yeah.
When you break it down, wrong time for Anderson to be fighting someone like that.
Well, we did say that. That's the first thing we said, isn't it? He's not ready in our preview videos. But anyway, what's next for Anderson first? What's next for him?
Oh, I haven't really given this too much thought. I mean, I was kind of thinking, because I was assuming we're going to be doing the video tomorrow. I was assuming Miller was going to get the decision. And I thought, let's put the two big babies together. You know, why not? Why not?
Yeah.
See how that goes down.
But the thing is, I would say no to that, to be honest. Like, I don't think I think he needs a confidence builder, and then like maybe a little step up. So I don't know, fight someone, rematch Charles Martin maybe or something. I don't know. Like, look good in that fight, look good against him. Take Charles Martin serious and look good against him, and then another little step, and then maybe big baby after that. Because he can beat Big Baby because he's got faster feet, faster hands, and Big Baby's output, Big Baby Miller's output is shocking now. Like, obviously, it's not like it was before, so he can beat him easily. But he needs a confidence builder, and then fight Big Baby. That's what I think he needs, and he needs to take fucking boxing seriously. Get a trainer that knows that shit, who's researching fighters who you're fighting.
I'm trying to think of some of those guys sort of in around the top 10, top 15, you know, the kind of likes of the Hoonies of this world. You know, does he maybe need a journeyman like a Takam if he's still active? And Takam's 42, 43 now. Hooney's on the rise, though.
Yeah. So he needs to stay away from him as well. He needs to...
I've just second-guessed what I've said there, right? I disagreed myself, because Hooney, again, is a hungry on-the-rise fighter, and I think that might be not a great matchup. So the point being, Chris, I'm not. It's a difficult one with Anderson now to know what to do with him next, isn't it? It's because where's his heart at?
Exactly. He don't want to regress too much, but he needs to have a word with himself. Does he want to be a boxer or not? All this like shit, like it's like he didn't even give a shit like he lost. I don't know if he was doing like just. You know, he didn't even say, I want a rematch, I want to run it back, or he didn't say anything. He was just like, he surprised me.
I think you can tell a lot. I know we're reading a bit into the psychology of it. All of the channels this morning I was looking at were saying this, and, you know, a bit of the post-fight preview alluded to this a bit. And it did seem the body language was off. You know, he was quite humble in defeat. I thought the way he kind of reacted, he said, look, it is what it, you know, and I don't know. It all just comes down to, you know, what, and only he knows this in his team, because we don't know the guy personally, obviously. You know, is he doing it for the money? Does he like the celebrity? Clearly a talented guy, but there's plenty of talented sportsmen, Chris, that don't have that kind of work ethic, and, you know, and you've got to have, the two have to be aligned, don't they, if he wants to go to the top level. And I don't know if he wants.
It needs like a proper manager, someone who's gonna, like, he's 24, he can come again. He needs someone who can nurture, give him the right fights at the right time and build him, you know. And if he looks shit in a fight, don't step him up.
Yeah, Eddie Hearn was saying this on an IFL TV interview, and he said, I never liked fight. I thought it was a terrible fight. He said, but at the same time, these are the fights the fans want, and we as boxing fans all want. So it's a bit of a catch-22. You know, we want to see these fights. Me and you were excited when we heard it, but we all knew it was far, far too soon. And the thing is, we can't win because we complain when the fighters are going through journeyman too much, and we're like, oh, come on, step up now.
Yeah.
And then when a good heavyweight prospect does step up and takes the fight, like fair play to Anderson for taking it. And then we go, oh, fucking hell, well, that was a mismatch. That was too soon.
Yeah. But I do think it's a little bit different on this one because this was a mismatch as soon as the fight was made. Because it's just too soon, man. But what's next for Bakole?
Oh, world's his oyster. World's his oyster, mate.
Yeah.
I think he gives, you look at any of the kind of top 10 heavyweight rankings, he gives anyone in there. I think Ajit Kabiel's a potentially good matchup. Zhili Zhang, I think that would be a clash of I can see the title now. Clash of the big bangers. Bakole versus Zhang.
Zhang, yeah, you know? Zhang. But who are the mandatories now? Who are the mandatories for them? Because obviously Usyk's fighting Fury, and then AJ's fighting Dubois. So what he needs to do is, like, I don't know, have a final eliminator for either some of Usyk's belts or the IBF with someone. So, but
what about the WBC? The WBC Silver, FIA Jagba, but again, and we were talking about this last night. Martin Bakole, people don't want to fight. His profile's now more raised, but he's got that high risk, low reward element because he's not going to do massive pay-per-views internationally. So a lot of fighters on that kind of a sort of a Jagba, you know, the Manuel Charles right of this world, they're not going to fancy it because they're like, well, we're not going to get massive paydays, and he's a bit of a problem. So unless someone's putting the money on the table, like Turkey, Al-Ashik going, right, well, here's 500 grand. Who wants to fight him? Because I want to see him fight. You know, something like that.
But no, you're right there. So he's probably only going to be like on an undercard, a bit of a major fight. That's what he'll have. But the only thing he's got to do is he's got to try and get a final eliminator with someone. And Ben Shalom's just got to get his foot. If Ben Shalom's got to get his money out and pay someone a lot of money for a fight to fight him. Like Ajit, who's Ajit Kabayel with? Is he Matchroom?
He's I think so. Yeah, I think so. Isn't he, Kabayel? Who's he with it? I'm not sure actually. I'll double check that.
I think that's either Matchroom or Frank Warren. I'm pretty sure. But anyway, like he should try and fight him. But I don't know. I'd like to. I think I'd pick Kabayel in that fight. But he fight Kabayel.
He was saying in the interview after that he wants to be on, I think, if I remember rightly, he was saying in the ring that he would like to be on the AJ undercard. Like he's ready for that now, which shows how much Anderson put him to work. It's only next month, about 4 weeks.
But he's not going to get Usyk or Fury or AJ anytime soon because they're all tied up in fights. So I don't know why he's saying that. They need to be realistic with themselves, to be honest.
But, well, the card's already been made as well, isn't it? Do you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And so I think he was saying it's like a joke. Like, I'm ready. I want to be on everything. I'm ready. No, there was post-fight interviews with Ben Shalom saying that they want Fury or Usyk left. He's worked. He should have proved himself now. Blah blah blah. That they want that fight. But if you want that fight, Ben Shalom, get your fucking money out, mate.
Oh, sorry, that's not the AJ. What am I talking about? Sorry, he was saying he wants to be on the Fury Usyk rematch undercard next. Yeah, that was what he was. He said he wants to be a part of that.
So if he goes on that card, then maybe they can get him on there fighting someone for a final eliminator for one of them belts. It spices up the heavyweight division a bit then, because then you'll have
absolutely.
Yeah, instead of fighting AJ winner, maybe fight him or he's got loads of options anyway. But they've just got to invest in him now. Ben Shalom's got to get his money out. Hopefully Turkey liked what he saw. And open up.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. But I guess rounding up, well done to Bakole. Well done
to Bakole. Anderson, sort shit out. Get your act together. Do you want to box or not? So you got to take it serious.
Bakole said that, didn't he, to him? He looked round to him and he said, get back in the gym, work hard. I think he was almost trying to sort of say to him, come on, pull your socks up, son.
Yeah, All right. Boxing Bros UK, we're out. Like and subscribe.
Cheers, guys.